Good evening to you, and for the first time ever we have the Margate Illuminations, and we're also going to be including Dreamland into this one as well. It's a virtual Margate Illuminations, as you can already see here, built using the application Planet Coaster. I spent quite a few weeks, good couple of months, on building Margate and then adding the Illuminations on, just to see what it might look like if they ever decided anytime in the future to do just that. The idea is obviously taken from the world famous Blackpool Illuminations, which is about 5 to 7 miles of festoon, neon lighting, all different types of lighting along the promenade there, right the way from Squire's Gate up to Bispham, with all the tableaus, the giant tableau illuminations, the lighted trams and everything. But I thought, wouldn't it be fun just to see what it might look like in my hometown of Margate? And it might look something just like this. So I've had to add in all these extra light posts along the way. I'll go through some of these in a minute. We've got Dreamland in the Dreamland Cinema building just over the back there, and we will be taking a look inside Dreamland as well very shortly. I put coloured beams onto the roofs of some of the buildings over the back there that you can see. And all the amusement arcades are all lit up in their full splendour. And we've added a touch of light into some of the outsides of the buildings, and also along the promenade area I've actually put some tinting of lighting there as well, just to add a bit more colour. And everyone crossing the roads to make their way into the amusement park. The roads here I've now looked at, and they've got to be wider than the original roads. I've just overcompensated for everything. It does resemble Margate. Does it look like Margate at its best? I certainly hope so. In the background you can see the clock tower there. Lots of people. They make up they're not real people, obviously. It'd be great if we could actually see them, but it does make a difference. I decided to add them, and they, cartoony as they are, they do actually make a difference to the whole thing. I've added some sparkling lights onto the clock tower there. Not a lot of traffic around at the moment. It will have to be static because I can't get the traffic to move at all. I can get the twinkling of the lights, but I can't move the traffic. We've got some jesters up there on the posts. Soft drinks. I had to use what I could try and get hold of them. The jesters there over the back there, and they are actually I think they're juggling water, but it just doesn't show up. I tried various ways to do that, but otherwise, apart from which, it wasn't too difficult to light up some of these objects. And a familiar sight to anybody that's ever come to this place or already lives in the place. It doesn't look too dissimilar to that, does it really? There was lighting along the seafront. There were coloured lights. I remember seeing them as well. And they used to have them up Cliftonville and off some of the roads up there. A lot has changed since that time. But doesn't that look fantastic? Wouldn't that look great if we could actually build something like that in Margate itself? And I don't think it would look too much different than what we're seeing now if we were able to. Here we are now inside Dreamland, and we're going to take our first ride on the scenic railway. And this was built either in 1920 or 1922. If it's 1920, it's its birthday this year as well with Dreamland, but I've got an idea it might have been 1922. Just started to add each part of the park in comparison with each other. It does start to look like Dreamland. I put lighting on all the trees around the back there. This is not the merry-go-round that's there at the moment. It's sort of kind of this sort of size. This has got a few more bits and pieces added to the traditional merry-go-rounds. But there is one at this spot right here, but this was the nearest I could find that would actually fit here. The big wheel that they have installed there, that's been there since I believe 2015, and at night, yes, you'll see the lights, and I saw it being tested the other day. This was in the beginning of September, just a few days ago, testing the lights out. So whether that's all they're doing and they're just going to leave it all closed and then reopen it up for next year, I don't know, but it would be nice to know that it does open it, if only just for a week during its 100th birthday. That's the Dreamland Hills behind. I call it Dreamland Hills. It's like Hollywood Hills, but it's that wonderful little sign that they put up behind there. crowds and crowds of people. People do actually make it. They make the atmosphere of a place. Once you start filling it up with people, it creates something completely different. So we're quite crowded tonight. They've obviously come to see the Illuminations and then afterwards have a walk in the amusement park. Here's the wild mouse. That's a beautiful overview of the park there. In our virtual drone, just hovering above. About 150 feet in the air, probably about 200 feet in the air now. So this is roughly how it looks at this point in time. How it's all been arranged, how it's all been put together. All the layouts, the trees, but obviously I've added my own bits and pieces where I've seen fit, but I've tried to keep it as near to the original as it is as possible. Super Twist or the Twister. Yeah, that's well lit up, I think. That's how I think all amusement parks should look at night. Now that's a Starship Enterprise of sorts, but the actual ride, I can't think what it's called at the moment. The ride that's there is a similar ride to that. It's not, but it does have those colours. It'd be interesting to do a 1960s version of the park. Lovely little Dreamland sign there. I have already put a daytime version of the park up. That's the upload just before this one. That's the car park view. And that's a real map view. I've added in some of the buildings, especially the ones round to the cinema entrance as well. So we're back on the seafront again. Well, thank you very much everybody for watching. Hope you enjoyed the tour of the virtual Margate Illuminations. Otherwise, in the meantime, I hope you subscribe to my channel so you'll be up to date with all my latest uploads. And I'll see you all again very soon on YouTube. Cheers.